everybody. This is a guest blog from Emma P. Fitness from the Inside. I have the awesome Sharon Hess, who is an amazing food intolerance specialist from Sydney. Hi, Sharon, how are you?
Hello, good, thank you.
I thought I'd ask you a few questions about food intolerances today, and I know that you're the perfect guy, perfect person to answer all these questions. Thank you for having you online today.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you for interviewing me. It'll be fun.
All right. So, Sharon, what is a food intolerance, please?
Okay, so a food intolerance is when your body reacts to a food that you eat. Now, your body shouldn't react to a food that you eat. You should be able to eat it. Your body will digest it. It gets all the nourishment that it needs, and then it should get rid of it. But sometimes what happens if people have a food intolerance is the food, your body reacts in a way that it's not supposed to react and gives you symptoms such as headaches and a lot of digestive problems and other food intolerance symptoms that you really don't want.
Right. And no one wants the headaches, and sometimes they're not even realizing that it's about food, is it?
Absolutely. People are often really surprised at how much better they feel when they take the intolerant foods out of their diet.
Yep. Okay, cool. So, what are the common symptoms?
Common symptoms. Headaches is one of them. Mouth ulcers is also a common symptom. Things such as reflux or indigestion, bloating, people that get diarrhea or they get constipated, they may suffer from eczema, they may suffer from asthma, um, they may get bladder infections, that there may be lots of fatigue and lots of tiredness. So sometimes you'll see tiredness and it's like, you get that feeling that if you could just put your head down for 10 minutes and sleep, you'll feel fantastic. In the middle of the day, or 10 or 3, there is no need to have that fatigue. It's usually because somebody has a food intolerance.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, even something like that can mean food intolerance.
Yes, yes.
Okay, interesting. So, how do you get one? How do you get food intolerance?
Look, there are, it can be quite complex, but what I find is that most people over the years do have small food intolerances. So, and it will manifest itself in a way such as hay fever or sinus. And people say, you know what, hay fever is my weak point, or sinus is really my weak point, or I do tend to get lots of headaches, and it will always be a minor problem. And then what commonly happens, not always, but it's quite common, people have a stressful event. And the stressful event causes their gut to be quite poorly damaged, and that's when we have the problem. So stress is a really, really big component, and two, antibiotics can really damage your gut and
Yeah.
then cause you to have food intolerances. And poor food choices, especially too much wheat and too much alcohol and too much caffeine. There are
Yeah.
many things that will cause your gut lining to become weak, and once it becomes weak, and it's what us naturopaths call a leaky gut syndrome, then you will get symptoms of a food intolerance.
So, me being a coffee lover, I'm not liking this. So, tell me, how bad is coffee?
Look, coffee's not great. One or two maximum a day is really enough.
Okay, good. I'm okay then.
Apart,
All right.
yeah, yeah. Apart from the fact that it really aggravates your gut, it really doesn't do anything for your adrenal system. It's really like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll take that on board. So, what's involved in testing for food tolerances, Sharon?
Okay, so what we usually do is we'll do an in-clinic blood test, or I send someone to a blood lab to have their bloods tested.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we can accurately determine exactly which foods are a problem for people. Okay, at the same time, I will often send people to Douglas Hanly Moore, because if people have a candida infection or a yeast overgrowth, the symptoms will be really, really similar to a food intolerance. And as far as treatment protocols go, you really need to know what you're treating to get an accurate outcome. So
Yeah.
I like for people to be 100% well. Um, and to do that, you need to make a proper diagnosis and you need to treat them accurately and you need to take out the foods that are problematic.
Right. Okay. So, how hard is it to remove intolerant foods from your diet?
Oh, Wow, it's not difficult at all. And really, I say to people, you need to think about what you can have and not what you can't have. There are so many foods out there, and there are so many foods that you have never tried. And it's really all about changing that mindset to one of all of these different foods that you can have, not just focus on the one, maybe two or three foods that you can't have. And nowadays, there are replacements for everything. I find that for a lot of people, casein is problematic, which is the milk protein in dairy. Often, just to switch to an A2 style of milk fixes a whole lot of problems.
Yeah. All right. So people probably are focusing on what they can't have as opposed to what they could have.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and there
Okay.
are so many foods that people can have nowadays.
Yeah.
There are so many food replacements, so many flours and grains and things like that, which makes life so much easier.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So asking for people who are probably listening in, they may suspect that they've got a food intolerance. So what should they do?
Okay, there are a couple of ways that you can do it. If you suspect that you have a food intolerance, I usually say to people, make an appointment. I email you out a new patient information form. I get it back. I get you to come in, and we sit down and we talk about what the problem is. And then, if it's necessary, we will send you away for testing.
Right. Okay. And I hear that you've got a 12-week food intolerance program coming up. How does that work?
Oh, yes, we do. And this is a fantastic way to get a whole lot of people better at quite a minimal cost to them, which is really, I'm really excited and I'm really looking forward to it because, the food intolerance program itself is only $497.
Wow, that's
It runs
good.
for 12 weeks. Yeah, yeah. We take out certain foods in the beginning and then we rotate your other foods. Okay, now it's quite difficult to do this on your own, but as a part of the program, we will give you recipes, we will give you food diaries, we will give you food plans, and we will rotate it in such a way that you will be able to identify which foods are problematic for you. So every fourth day, we will put an egg into your diet,
Yeah.
and we will wait another 4 days until we do that. So then you will say, oh, I don't feel so well after that egg, and then that's how we will identify which foods are problematic for you.
Yeah.
And as well, I have some fantastic practitioner supplements that are also included in the price. So we've got some digestive enzymes just to help to digest your food and reduce the bloating.
Yeah.
We've got some Iberogast, which is a really nice liquid that, as well in the beginning, helps a lot with bloating and digestive problems. And I also will be using a product called Intestamine, which is a gut healing powder. So, enough supplement for 3 months and food and recipes and things like that for 3 months. It's going to make a whole lot of people feel a whole lot better, which is great. I'm excited.
Oh, awesome. And what kind of support and accountability is involved?
Okay. With the support, because it's such not a big program, but we're expecting a lot of people to join. So we're going to be running a secret Facebook page. So
Right.
people will be able to log into that secret Facebook page. They can ask questions. I will log into that, a couple of times a day to answer the questions. And then people can write in there, if they, their successes and their questions and their challenges. And people can ask each other questions and everybody can support everybody, which will be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, look, I've run them as well. In terms of support and accountability online, it's the best way to go. So that sounds
Yeah.
really exciting. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, great. Thank you so much for answering my questions today. I'm very excited for you. Is there anything else that you'd like to tell the audience today?
Um, I Not really. I suppose if you would like to know more about the food intolerance program, you can go and have a look at my business Facebook page, which is Sharon Hesp, Food Intolerance Specialist.
Yep.
You can click on the link, which will send you to a mailing list, and we will send you some more information. And we
Awesome.
will send you, in that first month, we'll send you lots of information that will be able to help with your health as well. So,
Yeah.
and even if you don't join the program, there's lots of free things that we'll be giving you, which will be great.
Great. Thank you so much. And I'm sure I'll see you real soon, Sharon. Thank you.
Oh, you will. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.